Right, of course, I want us to get into an interview now, just focusing on U.S.-Kenya relations, specifically in the tourism sector. And in studio, I'm joined by Ki Wakesha Simmons. She's the CEO and founder of Traverse Culture. Thank you for making time.
Thank you for having me.
And via Zoom, we have Kevin Onyona. He's the CEO of Swahili Village. Kevin, if you can hear me, thanks for also making time for us. Right, of course, let's just start with you. How do I say your name? Kia, fantastic. What's your experience with tourism in Kenya?
Yeah, so Traverse Culture, we specifically cater to the Black American market here in Kenya. We bring African Americans to Kenya to immerse in the culture, as well as share our culture with Kenya. And we've been doing this now for about 5.5 years. So we also offer relocation assistance as well as business development and investment opportunities through tourism.
Right. Before we get into more details, let me just engage Kevin for a bit. Kevin, over to you. What is the tourism sector like, of course, in the country, you being the CEO of Swahili Village? Right. I think, Kevin, if you can hear me, kindly switch on your mic. Yes. If you can hear me pretty well, kindly switch on your mic so that we can have the conversation.
I'm sorry. Achieved.
Right, it's not very clear, but let's just continue with the conversation here. You said African American.
Yes.
That's pretty specific.
Very specific.
Tell us more about it. Why is that the case, and why bringing it to Kenya?
Right. So a lot of us who are Black Americans or African Americans are looking for, a sense of home. While America is our home and we've helped build that country, we are also descendants of Africa.
Right.
And Kenya is very unique because it's not paired with the transatlantic slave trade as a Ghana or a Senegal.
Right.
So what we promote is returning back to Eden, the cradle of life. And so we look beyond, what our ancestors have done, not negating it, but also going back to the beginning, the origins of mankind and the cradle of life here in Kenya. So that's what makes Kenya's very specifically unique, as well as the ease of doing business here. The tourism sector is booming, especially Nairobi,
right.
And we're super excited to be bringing more Black Americans here.
If I could ask, what's the difference between, for instance, our Kenya here and Ghana? Because I know in 2019 there was the year of return.
Absolutely.
Where we also saw a number of celebrities coming back to Africa, going to Ghana.
Yes.
So what's the difference between these two countries?
Yeah, so there's a huge difference. Again, the storyline is returning from the transatlantic slave trade. What we are promoting for our upcoming event this December, the call to action, something like what Ghana did, but we're going to take it a step further where, again, we will immerse in the investment opportunities here and also relocation option. And the difference is, again, the ease of doing business. Kenya already have the processes in place. You all are ahead of time in terms of digitalizing everything online, so things are transparent. So this makes the ease of doing business and doing a quote-unquote year return here a little different.
I like that. Pretty interesting. Kevin, now just coming to you, if you can hear me now. Of course, we're just talking about the North American trade and tourism and the African American style of tourism, if I may call it, here in Kenya. Tell us more about it. Kevin?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even hear your question. The connection is really bad.
Apologies about that. Of course, just talking about tourism, which we're talking about tourism in the country, and the discussion we're having here with Kia, of course, is African American tourism coming to Kenya. What are your thoughts about that, being someone who's involved in the tourism industry?
Definitely a very, very good move. Hopefully, the Kenya Tourism Board sets this constituency very well, because North American, African Americans are are known to be the the ninth richest country in the world. In other words, they come from a country, there's 20 something million of them, and within their community, they hold almost $1.8 trillion amongst the African American economies. So you can imagine going just directly even for that constituency, it can really stir up our tourism. We saw what happened with Ghana, the year of the turn, when African Americans all went and took it very personally and intentionally, but because the government of Ghana invested very heavily on that campaign, and billions and billions of dollars were generated from tourism alone. But I tell you what, a lot of African Americans would actually rather come to Kenya because there are a lot more options for them to see, and it's a much more enabling environment to invest in. We have good weather, we have the beaches, we have the animals, we have very amazing geographical features for the world to see. We have the immigration, which is the 8th wonder of the world. So there's so much, and then of course we have the people. We generally don't understand that the people of Kenya have naturally are hospitable. From birth we are very, very hospitable population, and actually I think they will come to enjoy people more than enjoy anything else. And I think we should intentionally put a lot of intentional investment to go after the population of the African American to come and visit our country.
Thank you for that. Of course, Kenya has really come up on the map now when it comes to tourism, or even how the country is at the moment. Maybe tell us about the event you're telling us that's supposed to be happening in December.
So we're initiating our version of the year return to this year. Is just the initiative, the Call to Action New Year celebration, which will be held at Two Rivers Mall. We're bringing a delegation of African Americans to initiate this call to action, and what it means is we want to build a relationship with Kenya with the very basic relationship process. My name is Kia. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. What's your name? What's your culture? Right. We're going to have a culture exchange ceremony. Then we're going to discuss it. We're also going to talk about the myths that we have amongst each other. And we have to do some little conflict resolution in terms of the 700 years of data and distance that we have within each other. But then we'll commemorate through food, through dance, and then we're also going to have our signature naming ceremony for our guests with the Nubian tribe of Kibero, which we support heavily as well. So this is a well-rounded event for both Kenyans and Black Americans to come together and build a relationship to move towards conscious commerce.
Right. Thanks for that. Kevin, just to wrap up with you, just tell us, what are you expecting, or how are you expecting Kenyans, of course, to be receptible to this part or type of tourism in the country?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question again.
As the CEO of Swahili Village, you understand how tourism is in the country, and this type of tourism is a bit different. How do you think Kenyans will receive it?
As the CEO of Swahili Village, and how Swahili Village can be part of this tourism activity, is that your answer? Is that your question?
Yes.
Yeah, so Swahili Village is a Kenyan cuisine restaurant, which has had good presence in the marketplace in America, in North America especially. We started off 17 years ago to really put the Kenyan cuisine in the map. Most countries who come to America use food as their diplomacy to get into the community of the Americas. So we did the same, and we've had good successes. Now we have 3 restaurants and building 3 more. We have one in New Jersey, one in Maryland, and Washington, D.C. Now, the part we want to play within the tourism field is we have a captive audience that come to Swahili Village to eat Kenyan food. Already they're sitting there, wanting to be sold about this country, Kenya, starting off with the cuisine, of course. But, this is the campaign we're trying to get together with the Magical Kenya to use our space to market the country within our restaurants, because this is a captive audience that's already sitting there. They want to be told more. We can show them, how to visit our country and talk to them about Kenya. We now currently have 3,000 to 5,000 foot traffic every week in each one of our locations. That makes us, almost $60,000. 60,000 people visit our restaurant every month, with an annual traffic of 700,000 people. And this is a constituency that's sitting there. We'd like to be able to, to talk to them more about what the country offers beyond the food. And that's the reason why we are all partnering, including Ms. Simon's campaign as well, to use Swahili Village to get more traffic coming towards the country if we can sell them what else we sell beyond the food in the Swahili Village. And that's our participation. And we're in discussions right now with the KTB to see how that partnership can work.
Right, thanks, Kevin. Coming back to you, Keir, the initiative is supposed to be launched by the president in New York in 2024. It targets to bring at least 1 million Americans to the country by 2025. Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, if we focus on a very unique strategy in marketing, I think that this definitely could happen, especially with Swahili Village on a part of that partnership, as well as Traverse Culture. We will be able to target that number, most definitely. Is there a specific kind of business we expect the African American community to bring into the country? Yeah, absolutely. So most of our clients are equally interested in relocating to the country. That's number one. And then two, we'll see a lot of people interested in the real estate industry. If you look at any country in terms of investments, most of the time that's probably the first thing people go for is real estate. We're working on a project right now that we hope to announce soon, but then you'll have other people who are interested in the healthcare, education, and tourism sector as well. Right. We're looking forward to that. Yes. I'm hoping I'll be invited to the event. Absolutely, you will. Right. Thank you very much. That has been interesting. That we were discussing, of course, U.S.-Kenya relations in terms of tourism. And in studio, I had Keir Simmons. She is the CEO and founder of Traverse Culture. And Kevin Onyona, he was on Zoom. He's the CEO of Swahili